everybody in Akbar's arsenal, and there he is, the big man from Glen Smalls. And it's breaking loose right here. All three men, Akbar, Savannah Jack, and the one-man gang, working on Hacksaw Duggan. Duggan knocks Akbar down. Well, they're getting the big man off his feet. Duggan is in a tremendously precarious position here. Savannah Jack with that whip. And it's Savannah Jack that's whipping Duggan with that leather strap. Akbar, the one-man gang, all 6'9", 450 pounds. And the crowd coming to its feet, coming by there, you see Dark Journey. And there's the missing Link. The Link is coming to the ring. The missing Link. He hates Akbar and the one-man gang with a vengeance. Look at the head. And the missing Link and Hacksaw Duggan taking over on the Savannah Jack and the one-man gang. Out goes Savannah Jack. Out goes the one-man gang. The missing Link and Hacksaw Duggan have cleaned house on the Universal Wrestling Federation. Dark Journey brought the missing Link. The Wild Man is in the ring. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting hour of the Universal Wrestling Federation. My name is Jim Ross, and along with Michael P.S. Hayes, we'll describe the action, ladies and gentlemen. Here at the head of this program, we have so many exciting things to tell you about, but at the beginning, we do want to welcome aboard the Universal Wrestling Federation Television Network some great new stations. I'm talking about KCOP Channel 13 in Los Angeles, California.
Oh, can you imagine it? The ladies in LA get to watch PS and the Freebirds every Saturday.
WTMJ in Milwaukee, WCCO in Minneapolis, also WAKA in Montgomery, Alabama, Channel 13 in
Sweet
Memphis,
home,
Tennessee.
Alabama.
WHBQ in Memphis, along with KMGH, Denver, Colorado, Steve Dr. Death Williams home. We do thank you all very much for being with us here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. A lot of exciting things, Michael. 2-ring battle royals have been signed in the UWF.
And those are, a battle royal itself is one of the most dangerous matches because you got everybody coming from every way. When you add 2 rings to it, you're doubling the danger. But that's how you walk down bad streets.
Those 2-ring battle royals coming your way, plus we'll have information in this hour how you nonprofit groups and organizations can work with the UWF, so get your pencil and paper handy. We'll also see a new representative of Devastation Incorporated today, and that's what we have here, a representative of Devastation Incorporated in a match.
Well, it looks to me like everybody's trying to gang up and get their armies together because they know that they got to reach the top of the mountain. They got to go through the boys from Bad Street. So Akbar, as he surprised us the last 2 weeks with this Savannah Jack, got right in the middle, as we've seen in the opening of the show with Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and the missing link came out. And
we'll find out who that representative is.
I just hope they all knock each other off, baby, because we're sitting on top.
In just a little while, we'll have that matchup, plus the first UWF computerized top 10 in this hour. Should be very interesting. Plus a feature from the WFIA Wrestling Fans Convention in Houston, Texas, and a big lumberjack tag in the hour.
Starring me and Buddy.
Against Ted DiBiase and Dr. Death Williams. But now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the ring in our first match.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first from Michigan, quit it! Ladies and gentlemen, Hot Stuff and Hot International, very proud to introduce to you from Detroit, Michigan, at 265 pounds, Rick Steiner! And his opponent from Houston, Texas, at 245 pounds, Gary Young. This match, 1 fall or 10-minute time limit.
Well, this one ought to be quite interesting. Gary Young has definitely proven himself. He's coming along. He's had some wins. He's had some losses. Rick Steiner, ever since added to the Hyatt Hot Stuff Corporation, has just been phenomenal. Good arm drag by Gary Young.
A familiar face, the third man in the ring. There you see referee Ron West.
One of the best in the country, and of course, that's probably why the UWF went out and hired him.
Exactly right. He is an excellent official. We're very glad to have Ron West back on our officiating staff here in the UWF.
Well, you know, he's wrestled for other refereed for other organizations, and he probably figured he knew which the best one was. Good leapfrog by Rick Steiner. Drop down again. Leapfrog. Well, he waited on a crossbody block. Good move by Gary Young. Almost had a 3 count. Drop kick him. Didn't quite have effect to knock him down. Went for head scissors. He got it. Partial head scissors. It's like he's going for a meal. He's got Rick Steiner going, 4-time All-American from Michigan, wrestling champion. He's not got that leg hook. Steiner's too powerful. Too powerful to try to pin without hooking that leg. Good forearm. Shoots him in the turnbuckle. Whoa!
I'm not so sure it didn't hit his head on the post there. Eddie Gilbert very, very animated at ringside. Steiner is so awesomely strong. He just literally manhandled Gary Young right into the corner. I think he may have hit his head on the corner post.
I think he was going to go for a head scissor, but look at Steiner turning on now. He sees he's got the animal wounded. Whoa! What a clothesline.
Exciting action. You'll see action like this in West Texas this week in El Paso, Amarillo, and Lubbock.
He didn't want it. He didn't want the pinfall. You see, this is the difference. This is what Eddie Gilbert has instilled in him, that killer instinct, and he's got to be one of the most improved wrestlers in the country today. Good elbow. See that? Rick Steiner's the championship wrestler from amateur on up. He knows to hook that leg. He doesn't want to pin him now. Gilbert wants punishment. Good vertical suplex. Nope, see? Look at the build on him.
That's a little bit humiliating. He has got a phenomenal physique. I don't know if that's the right advice. If he had the man beat, that's why you're there, to beat him and leave.
Well, I think he's trying to deliver a message that he's not the old Rick Steiner. He's the new Rick Steiner. What's he doing here? His agility is unbelievable for his size. Whoa! Now, there was a mistake. I'm sorry, you were right, Jim Ross. He had him pinned and he didn't go for it. Could cause him the match. Eddie Gilbert's upset. Good drop kick by Young. He swung for Gilbert. Swung. He ducked twice. Belly to back. 1, 2, 3. Didn't need to hook the leg when he slaps that on you.
Belly to belly suplex. Very awesomely displayed by Rick Steiner. And Steiner with another victory here on the UWF. Much to the delight of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. And we'll be back. Tag team action featuring Hollywood John Tatum and Jack Victory, and Missy Hyde will be at ringside coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first from New Jersey at 226 pounds, Jumpin' Joe Savoldi. Also introducing from Kansas City at 256 pounds, Jeff Gaylord.
There comes quite an entourage.
And now entering the ring, accompanying Missy Hyatt. From Hollywood at 270 pounds, Jack Victory. Also from Hollywood, California at 240 pounds, Hollywood John Tatum. This match, 1 fall or 10-minute time limit.
Well, I don't know how he did it, but he didn't introduce Missy Hyatt. How do you miss her?
Well, I don't know. Maybe the guy's funny. Hey, don't ask me. It's none of my business. I'm not a cop like the rest of you guys. I don't pry into people's business. All I know is here's another.
Your character's to be admired, Michael.
Hey,
it really
you know,
is.
my mother gets thank you notes every birthday I have. Every birthday.
What a beaver.
Ladies and gentlemen, tag team action here, and you'll see great action this week in West Texas in El Paso, Amarillo, and Lubbock. Coming Wednesday night, downtown New Orleans Municipal Auditorium.
That means down on Bourbon Street.
Oh yeah, party time.
Whoa, look at Savoldi, he's cooking. And this is starting right away. That's what tag team action is about. This is another part of Hyatt and Hot Stuff. Victory and Tatum, they've really been putting together teamwork, but it looks like Gaylord and Savoldi have also been putting together some teamwork and talking about it. Quick tags there. I can't wait to get to Biloxi either. They love us in Biloxi.
Big, and we expect a record setter in Fort Smith, Arkansas, outdoors at Harper Stadium, the big rodeo facility there. They have the big PRCA rodeos. That ought to be a great one Saturday night. Tatum
using a barrage of lefts. don't seem to have too much effect on Gaylord. He's coming back. They're trading punches. Gaylord's got him moving. He's got him rocking. Boom! That's a big man to try to trade punches with him. Look, she doesn't look too happy about it.
Hollywood John is spaghetti-legged, and rightfully so. I don't think that's too sound strategy, Michael, to box Gaylord.
No, I do not. I think the thing with him, he's a bigger man, is get him down on the mat and bring him down to size. Savoli's working that arm, using his speed.
We'll have some information later in the hour for you nonprofit groups and organizations. Big benefit events coming up in Blackwell, Oklahoma, along with Pawhuska, Oklahoma, Jeanerette and Jonesboro, Louisiana, Columbia, Mississippi, and Pasadena, Texas. And we do want to thank, as a matter of fact, John May with the Chamber of Commerce in Hope, Arkansas, Norma Grove with the Jones Academy in Hartshorn, Oklahoma, and Bill Suter with the Civil Defense in Concord, Oklahoma, for all their great efforts. They made a lot of money for their nonprofit groups. We appreciate working with those.
There's some great efforts going right now in a tag team match. Double kick to the face.
I wonder why Eddie Gilbert's not at ringside, Michael.
Well, I don't know. I told you, I am not an investigator. I'm not a cop. So you're always wondering things. Good elbow to the top of the head.
I've always been inquisitive.
Yeah, you are inquisitive. In fact, you asked me back in the dressing room, how's the champion doing? He's doing quite well, just like Savoli is right now, coming back. He successfully defended the UWF belt everywhere he's gone so far in the Far East, and will be back here real soon.
I saw some newsreel footage from one of his recent escapades in
Should have hooked the leg. Yep. I tell you what.
He destroyed tables, chairs, human beings, security officers.
Hey, that's why they call him Bam Bam. That's why he is the premier single wrestler, the Universal Champion. A good move there. I don't know if most people caught it. Savoli did a beautiful sunset flip as Tatum was going down. He made the tag to Victory, and that's why Victory was able to come in and keep Savoli down. Good tag team work.
We'll also have our first computerized top 10 later in the hour. As Joe Savoli, he's left-handed as he can be. He's a southpaw.
He tagged Big Gaylord. Here he comes. And he's throwing some of them big forearms.
With those guns now, he's the San Antonio Gunslinger All-USFL selection.
You can imagine, this is almost like a battle royal. And we got so many of them coming up. Those two rings. Good flying body press. He's got Victory covered. 1, 2, no.
Near fall, Victory.
Near fall.
That was close.
He's got him hammered away. Tatum's over in the corner with Savoli.
Well, settling down a little bit.
Well, he's held him into a hold. Tatum with a clothesline.
Right off the top rope, the referee was putting Joe Savoli out of the ring, and that clothesline off the top rope was devastating. A very impressive victory for Hollywood John Tatum and Jack Victory. Missy Hyatt very pleased with her contingency, and we'll be back. A representative of Devastation Incorporated will be here in just a few moments, and we'll be back after this timeout from the UWF.
Introducing from Dallas, Texas at 243 pounds, Jeff Rates.
I have a little announcement I'd like to make. Jim Ross, I suggest you get down here. And you too, Michael Hayes. The boys might have something to say to you. So if we can get Jim Ross down here in the squared circle, let's do it right now.
You ready to go, Michael? We've got to do a little interview here.
That's what they want. That's what they'll get.
We're going to earn our money here. And ladies and gentlemen, while Michael Hayes, you're going to with me, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll go.
While Michael Hayes and I are going to the ring,
Why wouldn't I?
here's a very special announcement for you nonprofit groups and organizations.
Attention nonprofit groups and organizations. Here's a great fundraising idea. Mid-South Sports Universal Wrestling Federation will work with you in raising much-needed funds. If you haven't considered using America's premier sports entertainment event, then today is the day. See the stars of the UWF in your gymnasium or athletic field. For more information, contact Scott Munns by calling 918-366-8000 or by writing to 116 West Breckenridge, Bixby, Oklahoma, 74008. Call 918-366-8000 today.
Well, General, I'm here. Apparently, Michael has decided to stay at the podium, but be that as it may.
All right. Listen and listen good. There seems to be some misconception about Devastation Incorporated growing weaker and weaker. Quite the contrary. We are growing stronger and stronger every day. As you know, I have the irrepressible, the incomparable one-man gang, the biggest man in wrestling. And I've got Savannah Jack, my procurator of all things, and incidentally, he can wrestle with the best of them. So whether it be the Freebirds, Dr. Dumb Death, Captain Hippie, Jim Duggan, or Cowboy Bill Watts, or Ted Debussy, or anybody, I'm going to give you fair warning right now that Devastation is #1 in the UWF. And if you don't believe it, just come on in this squared circle right now. Now I'm going to get down to my latest and one of my best discoveries. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to present one half of the Long Riders, Wild Bill Irwin, the latest of Devastation Incorporated.
Those comments from General Skandar Akbar, I must say you're really assembling a very diversified army. Wild Bill Irwin on his way to the ring, Savannah Jack and the one-man gang.
A one-man gang, Savannah Jack, Wild Bill Irwin, and I can ask you people in TV land, and you Jim Ross, who can match the talents of Devastation Incorporated? I'll tell you right now, nobody can, because I'm the greatest mind in this business.
Irwin's attacked him, and that's the exact reason I didn't go out there. Mom didn't raise me. There was 3-on-1 when they asked me to come out there. Now we're in 4-on-1. Hey, they got something they want to say. They can say it to all three of our faces. Young Jeff Rates. I don't know if he knows what he's got himself into. Wild Bill Irwin, accomplished tag team partner with his brother Scott Irwin, was wasting no time. Picked him up and dropped the neck across the throat. Think I'm some kind of fool or something?
Why didn't you come up there?
You mean what?
We were doing our job.
I can't do it. You want me to do everything for you. You want me to do all the interviews, all the color commentary. I win the Announcer of the Year award for you, and you're still complaining. Hey, Mama didn't raise no fool. Like I said, they got something they want to say to Bam Bam, Buddy, or me. They say it to all three of us. We'll meet them anytime.
You didn't like the odds, did you?
Well, would you? Hey, I got something else to go get ready for. That's that lumberjack match, okay? And this way, with the lumberjack match, I'll know that they can't jump us from behind like they did last week.
So you're leaving, huh?
Bingo, Einstein.
All right, well, Michael Hayes leaving. And to get ready for the lumberjack tag that you will see here on the UWF later in the hour. One half of the Long Riders, Wild Bill Irwin. And he is tough. You have seen him on television from coast to coast, always a very, very top competitor. A man very proficient with the bullwhip, very sadistic ring attire, and he has completely annihilated Jeff Rates and is continuing to do so. Akbar has and is assembling a tremendous arsenal, all centered around the giant one-man gang. Oh! The controversial wrestling boots of Wild Bill Irwin placed right to the face of Jeff Rates, and that surely is all for this young man.
Wild Bill Irwin.
Akbar has assembled quite a group, ladies and gentlemen. Savannah Jack, Wild Bill Irwin, and the one-man gang with General Skandar Akbar. Indeed, it is Devastation Incorporated, and we'll take a look at the Wrestling Fans Convention and our computerized top 10 when we come back. Thanks very much for staying with us, everybody, here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. We're going to have our first computerized UWF Top 10 in a few moments. But before we do, let's look back at the WFIA Wrestling Fans Convention held recently in Houston, Texas. Joel Watts files this report.
The Wrestling Fans International Association chose the Palatial Doubletree Hotel in Houston, Texas as the headquarters for their annual convention, which took place on August 8th, 9th, and 10th. The convention was fun and eventful for everyone involved. Fans from all over the world were there. Many of them are old friends who choose the Fans Convention to be their yearly reunion spot. For such a large group, they're surprisingly close-knit. Many trade wrestling programs, pictures, bulletins, and videotapes, in addition to keeping long-distance lines buzzing with all the latest wrestling news. The highlight of the convention was the awards banquet, which was hosted by the president of the WFIA, Jim Ross, not to be confused with Jim Ross, the UWF commentator. Awards in several different categories were presented at the banquet, beginning with the award for Best Wrestling Magazine, which went to George Neapolitano. Pete Burkholz and Bruce Pritchard of Houston Wrestling received special recognition for their work with the UWF and the WFIA. Jesse Reyes won a beautiful trophy along with the enviable accolade of WFIA Fan of the Year. Jesse's enthusiasm was only surpassed by his patriotism.
It goes to show the United States is the greatest country in the world. Thank you.
The UWF swept the Wrestling Awards category, as fans worldwide overwhelmingly chose the stars of the UWF as their favorites. Jim Ross was chosen Commentator of the Year, and Dark Jurdy was chosen to be the WFIA Female Personality of the Year. Ted DiBiase won the WFIA People's Choice Award for his commitment to the fans, and the president of the UWF, Bill Watts, received special recognition for outstanding leadership in pro wrestling.
Of course, wrestling, as we all know, is changing rapidly, drastically. I don't know if all the changes are good or not, but it's like riding the wild wind. I guess we're going to sit up there and spur it up and see where we all go, but I know the UWF is breaking out.
Somewhat of a split decision was awarded in the category of Manager of the Year, as the new alliance of Missy Hyatt and Eddie Gilbert collectively won the award and singularly took the credit.
I just want you to know, and you too, that I worked very hard for this. And whatever I do, I work very hard for it. And I'm going to continue to work very hard for it.
You bet.
But I want you to know that I am enjoying this merger very, very much.
The Fabulous Freebirds won the award for Outstanding Wrestlers. Terry Gordy was in rare form when he accepted the award for his brothers.
First of all, I'd just like to thank my mother and my father for doing such a good job.
The Fantastics received the well-deserved honor of WFIA Tag Team of the Year. They were presented their award after the banquet in the Sam Houston Coliseum, where the UWF presented a big card in honor of the convention. And finally, the Wrestler of the Year went to WFIA's unanimous favorite, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who also received his award prior to the evening wrestling event. We at UWF would like to thank the WFIA and all the wrestling fans, because you are the backbone of our sport. I'm Joel Watts for the UWF.
We certainly enjoy being in Houston, Texas for the WFIA convention, everybody, and we're going to have a great match coming your way in just a few moments, the Lumberjack Tag Match featuring Steve Dr. Death Williams and Ted DiBiase taking on the Freebirds. But at this point in time, we're here in the computer room at Mid-South Sports corporate headquarters, and we're going to be talking about the first UWF computerized Top 10. Now, the computer is fed some very specific data. That data includes won-loss records. It also includes how the matches were won. If they were won by pinfall, submission, countout, many different ways that the match could be won, that information is fed the computer. Also, the caliber of competition is provided to the computer, plus the type of bout, whether it was a title match, something with some very special stipulations like a cage match or no disqualification match, and so forth. And anyway, the information has been fed the computer, all this data. We're going to turn the computer on and we're going to look at the first UWF computerized Top 10. In the number 10 position, Freebird Buddy Roberts, Bradstreet, USA, The Freebirds occupy 2 positions in the top 10, Buddy Roberts at number 10. Steve Dr. Death Williams, the number 9 contender for the UWF Heavyweight Championship. Dr. Death from Norman, Oklahoma, surprisingly was ranked number 9. The computer based that on Dr. Death's inactivity, and obviously as a result of his injury at the hands of the Freebirds. Chavo Guerrero, the great star from Mexico City, now living in El Paso, Texas. Chavo Guerrero, number 8 in the top 10. Hollywood John Tatum, Hollywood, California, occupying the number 7 position. And the missing link with Dark Journey as his mentor as the number 6 contender. Michael Hayes, another representative of the Freebirds, Bad Street, USA, occupying the number 5 position. Ted DiBiase, Omaha, Nebraska, the number 4 contender for the UWF Heavyweight Championship. Hacksaw Jim Duggan is the number 3 contender. Glens Falls, New York native Hacksaw Duggan at number 3, and the one-man gang at number 2. Controversy here. Many fans think that perhaps Hacksaw Duggan should be the number 2 contender. The computer sees otherwise. One-man gang, the number 2 contender. And finally, the number 1 contender for the UWF Heavyweight Championship, the TV champion from Vero Beach, Florida, Terry Taylor. And that's a look at the first UWF computerized top 10. And we'll be right back with a lumberjack tag action after this timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing now entering the ring from Bad Street at 245 pounds, Michael P.S. Hayes. Also introducing Buddy Roberts, the Fabulous Freebirds.
Lumberjack rules, ladies and gentlemen. You see the wrestlers surrounding the ring as we await the arrival of Steve Dr. Death Williams, B.S. Hayes. I agree. And Ted DiBiase. The crowd comes to their feet. Another near capacity crowd here in the Tulsa Convention Center. The boys are back in town. And I don't know who the boys are talking about, but there's a couple of men on the way to the ring. Michael Hayes and Buddy Roberts preparing to go against Dr. Death Steve Williams and Ted DiBiase with lumberjack rules. You will see it right here on television, and it's breaking down in the ring. Mike Wilson did not get his opportunity to do the introduction of Dr. Death and Ted DiBiase as it's breaking loose here in Tulsa. And there's nowhere to go, Michael Hayes. Lumberjack tag match. The Freebirds against Dr. Death and Ted DiBiase, and DiBiase with a drop kick. Roberts was outside the ring, but he came right back in very rapidly. High elevation by Dr. Death Steve Williams. Perhaps the most awesome athlete in all of professional wrestling. Michael Hayes, there's Hollywood John Tatum with a little, he's supposed to throw him back in the ring. No preferential treatment. Buddy Roberts, very ungraciously brought off the ropes by the good doctor. He was number 76 for the Sooners. As they prepare to defend their national championship, the 1986 college football season, Dr. Death soaring to new heights as well in '86. Look at this. He's awesomely strong. Look at this man. There's a stallion. I'm telling you. Again. There's nobody like that man in pro wrestling today. Dr. Death Steve Williams and Buddy Roberts would love to tag anybody in the building. Michael Hayes, whoever, just get me out of here. So many exciting things, the big two-ring battle royals for a lot of money coming up. Double football tackle. And Barry Switzer, I'll just bet, would like to have some more eligibility back on Dr. Death. They want to check with Ted DiBiase's remaining eligibility from West Texas State. Buddy Roberts has been lacerated. Roberts was really hammered by Dr. Death. And now DiBiase has been slowed down by Roberts, and Michael Hayes has got to assert himself here. Flying body press by Ted DiBiase, but he went right from a pinning predicament to a fighting predicament. Right hands, right to the side of the head of Michael P.S. Hayes. The wrong side of town for Michael, and he has nowhere to go. Lumberjack stipulations are working. Nowhere to go for the Freebirds but to stay in the ring and fight. And Ted DiBiase with a big right hand and now a lateral press. Hayes kicks out at 2. And now Hayes with a cheap shot of his own. And look at the Vultures gang up on Ted DiBiase. Boy, they don't stay outside long. That's the way it should be, I think. Bulldog headlock by Hayes. Michael Hayes has got that vicious streak. Somewhat deranged this Hayes. He's working on the neck of Ted DiBiase. Remember this crowd, they're coming alive. There you see the fantastic Terry Taylor, Joe Savoldi. Remember 1981, the Freebirds, those repeated pile drivers on the concrete floor in Atlanta, Georgia. DiBiase has had chronic neck problems since that time. That's what they're working on at this point in time in this battle. Lumberjack rules on the UWF. And the crowd, yes, they're enthusiastic and close. I mentioned what action you're going to see. If you get the opportunity to see a 2-ring battle royal, don't you miss it. As the veteran of the Freebirds, Buddy Roberts, trying to attack Ted DiBiase. It looks like DiBiase's been lacerated as well. Roberts is bleeding from the head. Boy, this is a physical situation. I don't care what kind of stipulations you get. Any of the Freebirds wrestling any combination of Dr. Death, Ted DiBiase, Terry Taylor, whatever it may be, is going to be violent. And that's what we have here, a physical confrontation between two superb teams. Perhaps two of the finest teams, if not the finest teams in professional wrestling today. Hayes and DiBiase has blocked it. DiBiase went for a big roundhouse right, but much to Michael Hayes' credit, Hayes beat him to the punch, and now they're signaling for that pound driver. Remember, it's Lumberjack rule. You hear Dr. Death in the background. DiBiase powers out. A desperation maneuver for Ted DiBiase. The Lumberjacks are enthusiastic surrounding the ring, but they are being completely engulfed by this phenomenal, enthusiastic crowd. And listen to this. It's house call time. Dr. Death has Buddy Roberts trapped, and the fans love Dr. Death. Ooh! Clothesline, and Michael Hayes, all 4 men back in the ring. That cracked the skulls of the Freebirds, DiBiase and Williams. Power slam. DiBiase with a perfectly executed power slam on Michael Hayes. Dr. Death manhandling Buddy Roberts. He's got him up. There's a stampede. A partial stampede for Dr. Death, and Roberts is trying to get out of there with his life. Roberts, the veteran, moves out of the way. Dr. Death now going outside, as is Michael Hayes. Leaves DiBiase and Roberts in the ring, but look at the Lumberjacks. Gilbert and the Fantastics. It's breaking loose. There's the Fantastic Sting and Gilbert. They're fighting. There's all kinds of action breaking out on the floor. And DiBiase's in there. They've got a belt. They've called for disqualification. They've called. Michael Hayes has got a belt from somewhere. He's got the belt. He had it around DiBiase's neck, but now he's whipping him without letting the belt, but there's Dr. Death. Hayes was trying to injure DiBiase's neck once again with that belt, and then he lashed him with it. We've got a disqualification. The people are standing, and we'll be right back after this timeout.
Born down in a dead man's town, the first kicker took us when I hit the ground. End up like a dog that's been beat too much, till you spend half your life just to cover it up now. Born in the USA, I was born in the USA, I was born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we still have wrestlers in the ring here. I don't know how much time we have left in the program, but we have got a disqualification here. Michael Hayes intentionally, premeditatedly trying to injure Ted DiBiase's neck once again. DiBiase lacerated, as was Buddy Roberts. It was one heck of a confrontation. The doctor is deadly, Teddy is great, and they are victorious here on the Universal Wrestling Federation by disqualification over the Freebirds. And DiBiase was really lashed by the belt that Michael Hayes was using, and that won't soon be forgotten, I can guarantee you. Remember, next week here on the program, we've got 2 championship matches here next week on the UWF. The UWF Tag Team titles will be decided right here next week on television, plus Terry Taylor will defend the television title. We'll have more action right after this.
Born in the USA, born in the USA. Come back home to the refinery. How a man said the son of Phil was.
Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, we've got 4 matches scheduled. Remember, the Freebirds are disqualified, but they come back to the ring. And we're going to keep it right here because I don't know what's going on. Except the Freebirds are back in the ring. I don't know if we're going to start the match up or what. The Lumberjacks are still at the ring. DiBiase and Hayes are battering fist and fire. We've got athletes all over this convention center. And in this breaking down, there's Eddie Gilbert. And the Fantastics, they're going at it. There's Dr. S.D. Williams. He's having to fight. Buddy Roberts has got the ring hammer. Savannah Jack and Terry Taylor are at it. I can't keep up with the action, but the Lumberjack match apparently is going on. The Freebirds, they're going to disregard the disqualification. That's just fine with DiBiase and Dr. Death. They didn't get enough of it anyway, so this match apparently is continuing. 2 referees in the ring. This is UWF action. If you want unpredictability, you've got it right here. DiBiase and Hayes. The crowd loves it. The Freebirds aren't too ecstatic right now, but the Lumberjack match is continuing. Those referees, I don't know if they've given up or they're going to try to get it back together or what they're going to do. But they've got Roberts tied up. It's like a Texas Tornado Lumberjack match. They're all in the ring. There's still Lumberjacks out there. And Dr. Death and Ted DiBiase are tearing the living fire out of the Freebirds at this point in time. John Tatum now's got a chair. And now there's Terry Taylor. Fulton just nailed Tatum with a chair and they threw it in the ring. I'd like to know what's going on. And at the referees, we've got enough striped shirts up there to... Ladies and gentlemen, you talk about unpredictable action. You have seen it in this program. It's scheduled to be a Lumberjack tag match. DiBiase and Williams won by disqualification. Now here comes the Dark Journey and the Missing Link. There's more bodies at ringside. People are standing. It is pandemonium. The fans are up in arms. Next week here on the program, 2 title matches right here on the UWF. The TV title, Michael Hayes and Terry Taylor, 1-on-1. You're also going to see the UWF Tag Team Championship decided on this program. Plus, next week right here, Hollywood John Tatum will go against the Missing Link in a ballet for a day match. We'll have a special feature involving Ted DiBiase and Dr. Death. That and so much more. Big events all this week in West Texas, in New Orleans, in Biloxi, and Fort Smith, Arkansas. Great benefits. It is certainly going to be another exciting week, and without a doubt, next week's program is one that you don't want to miss. With 2 title showdowns, the ballet for a day match, the special feature with those 2 men, Ted DiBiase and Dr. Death. It will be another phenomenal hour. The Missing Link will be in that match with Hollywood John Tatum, ballet for a day. The crowd is still standing here in Tulsa. I have never experienced anything quite like this program. It has completely broken down in Tulsa. But that's UWF action. Williams and DiBiase have a massive score to settle with the Freebirds in any kind of match, 1-on-1 or in tags, any stipulations. What a confrontation and what an hour. Just about out of time, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, it's been a great hour for our whole crew. We hope that you'll be with us next week. We expect a phenomenal hour, another great crowd in Tulsa. Dr. Death will be ready. We hope that you'll be back with us. So for our whole crew, I'm Jim Ross saying so long for the UWF from the Tulsa Convention Center.